In a world defined by shared values and evolving ambitions, the story of India and Canada unfolds like an intricate tapestry woven over decades. Both nations, connected by a common commitment to democracy and human rights, reflect histories that are as diverse as they are intertwined. If you're into amazing content like this, hit that subscribe button right now. It's totally free. Today, we explore a relationship that has weathered the storms of conflict and celebrated the joys of cultural exchange, economic collaboration, and political partnership. A relationship that now stands at the crossroads of history and future possibility. Our journey begins in the aftermath of World War II, when newly independent nations sought to define their paths amid global shifts. In 1947, as India embraced its newfound self-governance, Canada was establishing itself as a bastion of liberal democracy and multiculturalism. From these early days, the seeds of mutual respect were planted. Young visionaries in both countries recognized that, even as their national narratives diverged, the promise of shared ideals could chart a path forward. Archival images of bustling streets in New Delhi and the serene landscapes of rural Canada remind us that the initial ties were built on more than mere geographic coincidence. They were founded on an enduring belief in the power of collaboration. With the passing of decades, a significant force emerged, the Indian diaspora. Over 1.8 million people of Indian origin now call Canada home, each contributing unique threads to the vibrant cultural mosaic of this nation. In communities across the country, the celebration of festivals like Diwali and Vaisakhi, along with the popularity of Bollywood films, have ensured that cultural dialogues remain rich and varied. These traditions not only enliven Canadian society, but also serve as constant reminders of the deep roots that connect India and Canada. As we sift through history, it becomes clear that economic and educational exchanges have further cemented these bonds. Beginning with modest trade interactions and student exchanges, both countries have cultivated a dynamic and evolving relationship that thrives on collaboration and mutual growth. Yet no long-standing relationship is without its challenges. By the early 21st century, the narrative took on a more complex hue. Economic ties flourished with bilateral trade reaching billions in value, and Canadian pension funds and institutional investors shone a confident light on the promise of India's burgeoning market. However, the increasing interdependence of these national economies was accompanied by a series of diplomatic tensions that tested the fabric of their partnership. Deep-seated issues, such as differing stances on sensitive political matters, including the controversy surrounding the Khalistan movement and the fallout from the grave events in September 2023, thrust the nations into a challenging dialogue. Diplomatic expulsions, suspended visa services, and public accusations fueled an atmosphere of suspicion and uncertainty. The tension reached a peak when Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau publicly accused India of involvement in the assassination of a prominent Canadian Sikh leader, Hardeep Singh Nijjar. Such events forced both sides to take stock of the very foundations upon which their relationship had been built. In the midst of this turmoil, the narrative of India-Canada relations stood at a defining turning point. The questions that had arisen from conflict called for a deeper introspection. How could nations with decades-long common bonds navigate moments of acute political tension? Can economic partnerships and cultural affiliations offer a bridge to repair fractured diplomatic ties? While the tension was palpable, these moments also sparked new dialogues among policy experts, diplomats, and communities alike. It is within this charged atmosphere that one begins to see the transformation from discord to a search for common ground, a pivot that would eventually redefine both nations' visions of their future. As the story moved into the modern era and global challenges grew more intricate, both nations turned their eyes toward the horizon. In 2023, behind closed doors and in the public spotlight, leaders and international partners started contemplating a future that balanced realism with hopeful ambition. Educational ties continued to grow as India not only supplied Canada with the highest number of international students, but also became a hub for groundbreaking research collaborations. Economic feedback loops emerged as Canadian investments, now totaling billions, underscored a trust in India's future prospects. Every statistic, every fact resonated with a promise that the history of cooperation could serve as a blueprint for overcoming adversity. By mid-2025, the evolving narrative took an even more decisive turn during the historic G7 summit in Vancouver. Loving the video so far? Give it a thumbs up and subscribe. It helps more than you know. In a remarkable display of political resolve, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney met to jointly address the simmering challenges and outline a path forward. Their dialogue was not merely about repairing past wounds, but about charting a future that honored their shared commitments to clean energy, artificial intelligence, and counterterrorism. This moment, broadcast around the world, reinvigorated the bilateral relationship with a powerful vision of renewed free trade talks, robust diplomatic engagement, and a commitment to fostering deep cultural understanding. It was a rare instance where the weight of history was balanced perfectly with innovative aspirations for tomorrow. Such moments remind us that the path to mutual respect and international collaboration is rarely straightforward. There are chapters filled with tension and misunderstanding, each serving as a testament to the complex nature of global relationships. Yet these turbulent segments are equally, if not more important than the chapters of friendship and economic partnership. They offer the necessary counterpoints that highlight the resilience and adaptive capacity of both nations. In this way, the conflicts of the past are not simply episodes of discord, but rather catalysts that prompt reflection, dialogue, and ultimately, transformation. The challenges faced by India and Canada have urged their leaders to look beyond immediate setbacks, focusing instead on long-term strategies that prioritize bilateral stability and global peace. Looking toward the future, a speculative but exhilarating vision emerges, a vision where history's lessons inform tomorrow's possibilities. Many analysts project that within the next decade, renewed diplomatic and economic initiatives will help to mend diplomatic rifts and forge stronger alliances. The commitment to free trade, investments in emerging technologies, and advancements in clean energy aren't just policy points. They symbolize an enduring belief in the positive evolution of bilateral ties. In increasingly interconnected global systems, relationships are never static. Rather, they are living, evolving entities that adapt and grow in response to the changing political, social, and economic landscapes. The hopeful visions expressed during the G7 summit have paved the way for future interactions that emphasize mutual gains and collaborative innovation, reminding us that optimism is an essential ingredient in the recipe for progress. Throughout this exploration, we have seen a narrative that is as much about the human spirit as it is about numbers or political statements. Behind every diplomatic exchange and economic statistic lie real individuals, vibrant communities, and shared commitments that transcend borders. From the lessons of the past to the ambition of a shared future, the India-Canada relationship is a mirror reflecting the best and worst of international relations. The diplomatic standoffs, the cultural celebrations, the economic investments, and, most importantly, the shared vision of peaceful coexistence offer a rich tapestry that demands understanding and engagement from every observer. Today, as we stand on the precipice of new challenges and emerging opportunities, we are reminded of the incredible power of dialogue and the courage it takes to confront and reconcile differences. In the spirit of learning and transformation, the story of India and Canada teaches us that even the most complex conflicts can eventually give way to solutions anchored in mutual respect and forward-thinking policy. It is a journey marked by both turbulent disagreements and the enduring hope of cooperation, where every challenge has the potential to become a stepping stone toward a brighter, more collaborative future. As our narrative draws to a close, we revisit the themes that have carried us through: the blending of history and modernity, the clash of conflict and unity, and the unyielding drive for progress in the face of adversity. The legacy of these two nations is not confined to textbooks or instantaneous news flashes. It is illuminated in the daily lives of millions who believe in the promise of a transformational dialogue. Let us then ponder this profound truth, that every challenge is an invitation to build bridges rather than walls, to engage in conversations that celebrate our interwoven destinies. The journey of India and Canada is still unfolding, with each passing day offering a fresh opportunity to learn from the past while daring to dream of a future grounded in shared values and aspirations. As we reflect on this journey, we see not only the complexities of shifting geopolitical landscapes, but also the simple, unwavering human desire for harmony and progress. Understanding the complexities of India-Canada relations is crucial in navigating the path toward mutual respect and collaboration. Want more videos like this? Watch the next one here. And don't forget to subscribe for weekly uploads.